Okay guys, so today I'm working on a 2007, this is a parts car I just picked up, Subaru Outback. I've got a little '07 sedan that I need an engine for. This car was going through Copart Auto Auction. It did not have a run and drive. It's a rollover, hit really hard in the front and then rolled or something. I mean, as you can see, it's a mess. Anyways, I got it home, kind of took a chance on it. I got it home, back to the shop here, got some power to it. It's got 112,000 miles on it, which is pretty decent. The car I'm putting it in has 150 on it. So this would be a really good engine for that car. These engines are kind of expensive, you know, in my opinion. I mean, 15 to 1800 bucks is about what the salvage yards around here are wanting out of them. And I picked this car up for 450 bucks, plus some fees and some shipping. These cars are interference motors, so if the timing belt, you know, jumps out of time, pops a belt or pops a pulley, whatever, most of the time they get hurt. Now this one, I just thought I'd video this because this is about as bad as I've seen one. So if you notice, there's our pulley, our cam pulley for the driver's side head, and it just literally just blew it apart. I just cut the frame rail off here to gain access. I'm gonna try to fire this in the car, and so I've had, more often than not, I've had these things, even the interference motors, actually fire up. So I figured I would just take you guys along and show you the process here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tear off the rest of this timing belt cover. I'm going to source a pulley for it. We'll get the pulley put on. I am going to have to put the timing belt rear cover on because we've got a cam sensor here, and if this isn't picking anything up, it won't fire. So I'm gonna need to swap out this back cover, get the cam sensor back in where it needs to be, get the belt back on. Hopefully we can find the marks on this and just reuse this belt, you know, for the purposes of just firing it up. But anyways, I'm gonna tear all that apart and then I'll bring you back in here. Basically, this is real simple to do. We got to get these belts out of the way, and then there's just a bunch of 10 millimeters all the way around here. So 22 millimeter on the crank bolt, and on the crank pulley here. We'll pull all that off and get it all lined back up and see if it'll fire. Okay, so I went out and pulled some parts off of the sedan that we're actually going to install this engine in. Here is the back timing belt cover. Someone broke this nutsert out at some point, so I'm gonna have to replace that. Here's our cam pulley sensor. This is a magnetic pickup that picks up on these two metallic bungs, I guess you'd call them, these magnetic spots. If you look, this is the pulley that came off of our motor. That's where that would go. Orientation is exactly the same as the pulley we just pulled off the other car. Anytime I'm changing an engine on a Subaru, I always change out the pulleys off of the car that I'm putting the engine in and putting them onto the new motor, just because if these pickups are in different locations, it could keep the car from firing. Basically messes up the computer, doesn't know what's going on with the timing. So I'm gonna put this stuff on. Also, I cleaned up the belt, took a little bit of lacquer thinner to it. That's the mark for the crank. There's the mark there for the driver's side pulley and passenger pulley. So this obviously is just to see if we can get it to fire. Once I get this to fire, we know it's good, then I'll order up a complete timing belt set for it. Usually go with a Gates timing belt, and since we're in here, we'll do the water pump as well. But first things first, let me get all this stuff bolted on and we'll see if we can make this thing fire up. Okay, so check this out. Here's the belt that I cleaned up and marked. And as I was looking at the inside edge of it, I discovered that it was separated here, a couple of these teeth. So that's not going to work, even just for firing up for a minute. So I actually went back and dug around. I found a Gates belt. It's a T307. That's the right belt for this car. I actually compressed the tensioner, put a pin in it, installed everything, and now we're just gonna run it around a couple of times, make sure everything feels good before we crank this thing over. Make sure nothing's hitting. Actually feels good. I can't really tell if it feels like it's got full compression or not. If the valves get bent, these motors turn over real easily because there's just no compression on this cylinder with the bent valves. But this feels pretty normal. We'll be able to tell when we start cranking it over. If we start cranking on it and it cranks real easily, fast, and you can just hear it sounds different when you're cranking one over, and it just doesn't have the compression. Looks like we're almost coming back around on our last full rotation here to where our marks now. No, we probably have at least another one to go before our marks are lined back up. Not that we necessarily need to go all the way back around. Actually feels good, so I'm going to hook up the battery jump box. Another thing I did was obviously installed the cam sensor over here. Got it plugged in. Checked for oil. We've got oil. We're pretty much ready to fire this thing up and see if this engine's good or not. So let me get everything hooked up and we'll fire it up, see what happens. Okay, we've got juice. I'm gonna turn the key and we'll see what happens. Well, it's making smoke. All right, so I've fired it up and ran it. Done that a couple of times. Obviously, I can't run it for very long because I don't have the cooling system hooked up. I'm gonna fire it up one more time here. Well, there you have it, guys. A pretty smooth running little engine. You know, aside from that speed sensor code, which obviously we know why we have that code. I mean, the speed sensor is ripped off the car, but no other codes, no misfire codes. Seems to be running good. The more I ran it, the quieter it got. I'm sure that once I change the oil and run it around a bit, it's going to quiet up really nice. Just goes to show you, just because you skipped a belt or broke a belt, or, you know, in this case we shattered a cam pulley, throw a belt on it and give it a try, because it doesn't always mean that the motor is ruined. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you later.